Show. Give it up for Jimmy Failla.
Hey, good to be here, A wild time to be a comic, I gotta be honest, because the world is changing. It is changing fast. Time magazine put out an app today that tells a little baby what their name would have been 20 years ago. And the way it works is they base it on like the popularity of today's baby names versus like where they would have ranked in society 20 years ago. So like, for instance, like if your parents named you Paxton, 20 years ago you would have been called Faggot. By your teachers, your coaches, your friends, because it was a tougher world and it was a better world, goddammit. You don't have to laugh, but it was a better world. I'm telling you, we're going soft in this country, man. You can't even beat your kids anymore. I don't know how I feel about that, because I'm not telling you I want to beat my kid, but the fact that my kid knows I can't beat him is a problem. Thank you. For real. Yo, you ever get so mad at your kid you wonder if you could survive in prison? You're like, yo, if I can get through a month, I could belt this fucker right now. Because it is foreign to me, because I'm Italian, which means not only did I get beat as a kid, but my parents used weapons. Every Italian kid got beat with either a belt or a spoon. That's how it went down. And that wasn't the fucked up part. The fucked up part was you had to go get it for them. Do you know how traumatic it is to go get an inanimate object that you know is gonna destroy your life? It's the closest thing to buying an engagement ring, I can explain to you. But we behaved because we were scared, man. You ever been to a playground nowadays? Those kids don't give a fuck, man. The moms are like, Atticus, Gulliver, get down from there. Kingston, you're making mommy very upset. And the kids are like, yeah, blow me, you stupid bitch. What? Like if somebody invented a time machine, the best thing you could do for society would be to like put today's kids in it and dial 1982. You know that, right? Kid would come walking out in someone's living room all sassy like, a VCR, I don't want to watch a VCR, mommy. It takes all day, I'm not watching. And some parent would just throw a shoe across the living room. Shut the fuck up. Shut up. It might not even be the kid's parent, it might be another parent. Like, yo, do you remember when George Bush was president? He was over in Iraq and someone threw a shoe at him and he fucking dodged it? Yeah, that's because he got beat as a kid. That's what I learned in that moment. Barbara Bush was a shoe thrower. And he got out of the way because she had a cannon for an arm. Nobody tagged up on Barbara Bush back in the day. 20 years from now, someone throws a shoe at your president, he's getting smoked because he won't know how to get out of the way. Except they won't even throw a shoe, they'll throw a Snickers bar and he'll die of a peanut allergy. But I'm telling you, man, like, I don't know who we're raising these pussy kids for. Because, like, America is in the ass-kicking business. You know that? Like, we are. Like, that's what we put on our W-2. That's what we do. And, like, 20 years from now, we're going to have a military that's like, oh, my God, ISIS called me an infidel. I am not fighting today. This is very insensitive. Really, though, like, we live in the North. We love to shit on Southern rednecks. We think it's funny. We're like, oh, those dumb Southern rednecks. Yo, I thank God for rednecks, because they're the only people raising tough kids anymore. You know that? Right? But for real, if ISIS shows up tomorrow, you ain't calling Hudson, Hopper, and Zane. You know that? You're calling Bobby Joe, Bubba, and Cletus. And they're gonna, right? And they're gonna fuck ISIS up using rifles they got for their 9th birthday. That's how it's gonna go down. The redneck babies are gonna take on ISIS, and the hipster babies are gonna battle the evil forces of gluten. But it's true. Like, I think all of these things we're trying to do in the name of, like, political correctness are hurting us as a people. Like, I really feel that way. Like, I read a study the other day that 40% of elementary school children in America are obese, but they're not doing anything about it because they don't know they're obese, which is what happens when you eliminate bullying. Think about it. Back in the day, every one of those fat kids would have known they were fat. They would have went on a high-protein diet and turned their lives around. But no, now we have a nation full of 7-year-old man-tits running around because you can't call names. And if you don't believe me, it's because you've never been to Disney World. You know that? You ever been to Disney World? It's just fat people on scooters eating turkey legs. And they're picking out because nobody tells them. Back in the day, if you had something wrong with you, people just told you. You know what I mean? If you had a fucked up eye, your teacher told you you had a fucked up eye. Yeah, you saved up some money so you can get that shit fixed in your 20s and get laid at the reunion, you know? You did, you helped out. Like, I'm telling you, I was the beneficiary of a tough love society. I was 300 pounds as a kid, and I did something about it because I knew I was fat. Like, I knew I was fat. Every day when I got dropped off at school, the minute I got out of that car, hey, you fat fuck, huh? How much can you eat today, you fucking animal, huh? I'd be like, all right, Mom, I'll see you at 3. You guys. But you could do that, you know what I mean? You could, like, fuck your kid up a little, improve shit, you know? It don't work like that anymore, man. Like, you can't even give out birthday invitations at school anymore. Did you know that? Because they don't want to upset the kids that don't get invited. Yeah, I say give them out anyway. That'll teach those kids to get their shit together, you know? Yeah, maybe if you stopped eating your dandruff, you'd get an invite, Bradley. Defense wins championships, you know? Coach T-Ball, they sucked. Last game of the year, the guy gives me a box of trophies. I was like, hey, fuck that, huh? I'm like, you know how much money I lost betting on these kids right here? I can't pay my electric bill. These guys are going to friendlies? No, you know? It's hard for me to watch, man, because I really do feel like the country is kind of losing its way because we're losing our self-awareness. It's because of social media. We don't realize what fucking idiots we sound like on social media. People are, right, thank you, people are posting pictures of their dinner on Facebook. Do you know how dumb it is? Like, think of it this way. 20 years ago, if you were to take a picture of your dinner, go and get it developed, and then drive back to a group of people, they would be like, what the fuck is wrong with you? The fuck is wrong with you? They wouldn't even know what to say, because the only people who ever told you what they had for dinner were kids with Down syndrome. That was it. Yeah, my neighbor Ricky. Hey, Ricky, how you doing? I had a hamburger with ketchup. Thank you. Now we're all Ricky, goddammit! And some of you aren't laughing because you're deleting a burrito picture right now. I think I've just become more sensitive because I'm about to turn 40 and I hear a lot of criticisms about 40 and people are giving me like life lessons. Like, there's a big misconception, ladies, and you need to hear this right now. A lot of people say, oh, the male sex drive gets weaker with age. It's not true, ladies. Our sex drive stays the same, but our sleep drive gets a lot fucking stronger. When I was 29, I used to go to bars and be like, I'm gonna bang the hottest girl here if I gotta stay out all night. At 39, I'm like, yo, if I could just beat off to her and finish the ice cream in the fridge. Oh, it's a good Friday. Get home by 7:10. Oh my God. Young people, you go out when we get home. Do you know that? My buddy's 25. He called me up last week. He's like, yeah, you wanna go out Friday night? I'll pick you up at 11. I was like, yo, 11? I'm like, I'll be waking up to pee in the middle of my night. Listen, you guys are a lot of fun. I'm Jimmy Failla. Thank you. Thank you.
Live from the Gotham Comedy Club in New York City, Sherry Shepherd is taking the stage when we return. Stay tuned for more laughs on AXS TV.